Good morning, church. Yesterday, on the feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, our community distributed a week's supply of food to 250 families. No questions were asked as to where you're from. If you needed food for your family and we had it, we gave it. Our church volunteers had come together during the week to prepare the food, and on Saturday morning they were there to distribute. The families who came to receive the food also had a chance to see our community of different cultures and languages singing and dancing as we celebrated the feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. What is so special about our church with its population of different cultures? And what does Our Lady of Guadalupe signify? When cultures collide, the blending of these cultures into one new culture does not come easily. In the same way as a man and woman have to be willing to adapt and change if they are to have a meaningful married relationship with each other, so also with the blending of cultures. In the melting pot of Mexico in 1513, the conquistadores were victorious in putting their political stamp on the nation. But the Christian missionaries were not successful in introducing the Christian faith. After a generation, only a few hundred native Mexicans had converted to Christianity. Whether they simply did not understand what the missionaries had to offer, or whether they resented the conquistadores who treated them as slaves, Christianity was not popular among the native people. Then in 1531, on the feast of Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception, Mary appeared to Juan Diego not as a European Madonna, but as a beautiful Aztec princess speaking to him in his own Aztec language. She tells him not to fear, that he's his mother, that she is his mother, and that she is with him. When I visited the shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe in 2009, I heard that prior to the coming of the conquistadores, there had been a veneration to a goddess in that area, whom the people revered as a mother. I do not know, but sometimes wondered if the words to Juan Diego about having no fear that the mother is with him played any part in the earlier devotion to the Aztec goddess. This introduction of the Aztec Madonna bridged the gap that separated the two cultures. Within a short period of time, 6 million people became Christian. But they expressed their Christianity in their own cultural ways, and part of that difference was expressed in our St. Paul Church celebration. Beginning with the 9 days novena and culminating with our morning mañanitas and evening celebration on our feast day, we have an example of how the Aztec culture has retained many of its pre-Christian traditions and incorporated them into their expression of the Christian faith for the Mexican and European community. God had used Mary, their mother, to lead them to her Son. And we owe this blended Christianity to Our Lady of Guadalupe. And so yesterday we celebrated her feast with love and thanksgiving. Happy feast day, everyone.